So yes, good evening again everyone. Welcome sa class for today and short announcements muna tayo. We posted kagabi our schedule, changed our cover photo. So it's October 2. Let's start the batch 2.0 officially. And again, our target is matapos yung ESET up to October 18. Though meron pang after a week is yung provincial testing centers naman, kaya it's technically up to October 24. And then target natin is matapos yung buong USTET until the schedule ng December 12-ish, that month ng December, and then DOST and DCAT coverage will just be 1 to 2 weeks after step. So before we say goodbye to 2025S, matatapos na natin yung review ng lahat. AUDD, ASET, USTET, DCAT, and DOST. Alright, any questions? Yan. So for mga batch 2.0 people, you will have a separate onboarding session probably this weekend after yung mock exams natin because marami pang habol sa reg. And ngayon, dire-diretso muna tayo sa class kasi 3 weeks na lang, medyo quicker facing na tayo kaya diretso muna tayo sa mga lessons natin. Okay? So speaking of lessons, is there are 26 people here, 25 lang yun nandito. So I want everyone na nandito sa GMeet to comment your answers in this post if wala pa kayo. Okay, I'm gonna give 1.5 minutes for this. Please answer this one. All birds have wings. Eagle have wings. Therefore, eagle are birds. The format is here. Your answer, batch number, and Karamay team name if tandaan nyo siya. Or just search Karamay in your messenger GC. Okay, so go. Please type down if nakapag-comment na kayo na answer ninyo. Moses nakapag-comment na. So, contrary to the first question na lahat is nagkopyahan sa A, at least right now, so mukhang may natutunan naman. Because magkakaiba na yung sagot. So we have C, A, A, C, 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 B, A, B, C. So at least walang nag-no answer. That's good. So this is one of the common mistakes actually na ina-assume ng iba via common sense is tama na siya. Pero via logical rules is hindi pala or uncertain. Malalaman natin mamaya. So let's start today's lesson. So nung Tuesday, we just had an introduction about logical reasoning, ano yung common misconceptions and bakit could gina-justify na it's 75% rules and just 25% common sense. And ngayon, didiscuss na natin siya ng buo. Alright, before we start with that, lahat ng ready ng mag-lesson, please open your cameras for a quick class picture. So lahat ng ready na, open your cams in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, smile. Alright, ngayon start na tayo. Okay, so for ASET, this will also be yeah, this will also be discussed technically for STET, DCAT, and DOST. Pero ngayon, ASET lang muna tayo. Okay, so sa ASET, it is divided into logical reasoning, and then yung abstract, which is puro drawings, blah, blah, blah. Drawings, finding patterns, both sa spatial figures and actual numbers. Ano yung half ng mental ability, and the other half is this one, which is logical reasoning. Okay, so sa logical reasoning, it's simply logic. Okay, parang mali kasi ng iba, logic is not simply common sense. Okay, so for this one, we will be highly highlighting the difference between real life logic which is yung probably ginagamit ng mga kadamihang hindi nagre-review. If hindi na nagre-review, isipin nila, matalino na ako, kayang-kaya ko na yan. That's simply real-life logic or empirical logic. Okay? Empirical meaning based from evidences and everyday experiences. Pero, in examinations, we don't actually use this one. In examinations like CETs, UPCAT, wala palang ganito sa UPCAT, ASET, USTET, DCAT, and DOST, what we use is what we call the formal logic. Okay? It is still common sense, but with a lot of restrictions because this is an exam. You cannot contain everything about reality, so it is more realistic to use this one instead of this pure real life or realistic logic. Okay? So right now, raise hands. From 0 to 10, can you rate yourselves? Gaano kayo kagaling sa logic? 10 being the super duper galing sa logic. Can you rate yourselves? Gaano kayo kagaling sa logic? Yan, so we have 0. Grabe naman, Joni. Gabino with 8. 5, 5, 9, 5, 5, 6, 7, 6, 8. Okay. So most is 5 pataas. So I guess magiging madali lang to para sa katabihan sa inyo. So let's start with a single question. Can you give me your answer for this question? If all jeepneys are old and only old vehicles must be phased out, which of the following is true? Can you give me your answer to this question? If all jeepneys are old and only old vehicles must be phased out, which of the following is true? All jeepneys must be phased out, some jeepneys must be phased out, only jeepneys must be phased out, and none of the above. So please type your answers. Okay, so answers, we have B, D, A, D, C, A, B. Alright, at least hindi kayo nagkokopyahan. So let's answer this one. This is not the first actual lab topic or lesson, but para sa mga bago lang dito, I just want to introduce what do I mean by real life logic and formal logic. Why do we need a set of rules instead of just using our common sense? Let's So as I was saying, we just need to know the reason why. Why do we need a set of rules? Why not just simply common sense? Okay, patalino naman ako, kailangan ko pa bang aralin yan? Bakit hindi na lang real life? Bakit may empirical shit pa? Bakit meron tong formal logic? Malalaman natin with this question. So if all jeepneys are old, to draw in syllogisms, the best way is just use Venn diagrams. Okay, so if all jeepneys are old, this one is the boss. Okay, all jeepneys. Ibig sabihin, lahat ng jeepneys, all set, this set of jeepneys is under the set of old. Okay? Kasi all jeepneys are old. Interpretation, if jeep ka, automatic matanda ka. Pero hindi porkat matanda ka, is jeepney ka na. Okay? That is converse fallacy. Pag old ka, meron kang ibang pwede kang maging airplane, pwede kang maging matandang tao, di ba? There are a lot of beings or let's stick with vehicles this time. There are a lot of different vehicles that be considered old. Pero dito, all jeepneys are old. Siya lang yung premise natin. So pag jeepney ka, matanda ka. As easy as that. And then only old vehicles must be phased out. If the word naman here is only, as you can see, the big difference is the word all and only. If only naman, ito naman yung boss. Okay? Old vehicles are the boss. And we have the phased out. Probably, kamukha siya ng problem natin on Tuesday, right? So if under ng old is phased out, saan natin nilalagay si phased out? No, phased out. So, pwede siya dito? O dito? or dito, or dito. 'Di ba? Wala tayong assurance. That's the biggest missing here. Assurance. Okay, we just know na phased out is under the word old vehicles. Pero we don't know nasan siya banda. Okay, now logical reasoning or this one logic is full of these loopholes. Okay, it makes you think na especially if it is relating to real life, parang gets mo na, parang assume mo na, ito yun. Kasi in real life, ito siya eh. Okay, pero dito, we have this what we call the premises. And then for the conclusion to be true, it must follow the premises. Okay? Ano ibig sabihin nun? Kailangan niyang sundan. Hindi mo kailangang i-check sa real life kung totoo ba siya or hindi. Kailangan isundan niya kung ano yung sinabi ng premises. That is the real definition of logic. So in real life, probably kayang-kaya ng imagining and everything. Pero dito, after plotting it, pag sinabi natin, phased out old vehicles, we don't know specifically nasan siya banda. So again, logical reasoning is all about drawing plus interpretation. Now, if masyado ka nang sanay, pwede ka na mag-skip ng drawing. O if and only if sanay ka na talaga. Pero I highly doubt na merong super sanay na hindi kailangan mag-drawing. Siguro may mga for easy questions, kaya interpret na lang. Pero I will teach you everything from scratch, how to draw, the most basic cases up to the iterations, different cases, and the most complex ones. Idodraw natin sila tapos i-interpret. Okay? So if your interpretation tayo, if you're a jeepney, automatic matanda ka. Matanda ka, hindi automatic na jeepney ka. Okay? And if matanda ka, there is one thing under mo which is phased out. Kasi you don't know nasan siya banda. Pwedeng nandito, if face out mo yung ibang vehicles na outside ng jeepney. Okay, pwedeng motor, airplane, or tricycle. Basta matanda, phased out na yan. Pero hindi jeepney. Pwede rin ito, may intersection. See? Pwede mag-phase out ka ng jeepneys, some jeepneys, and other vehicles pa rin. Matandang tricycle, e-jeeps, motor, etc. etc. Or nandito, okay, interpretation mo ito, lahat ng i-phase out mo is jeep. Pero hindi lahat ng jeep is i-phase out. Kasi mayroong jeep na outside ng phase out, di ba? Then lastly, this one, the bigger circle. Ibig sabihin na to, lahat ng jeepneys, yung pangatlong yon, let's redraw here. Yung pangatlong yon, we have jeeps. We have phase out. And then we have the old circle as the biggest one. Sabihin, pag jeepney ka, automatic ma-phase out ka na and automatic matanda ka. Pero hindi lang jeeps yung i-phase out mo. Okay, dito may safe na jeep, dito walang safe na jeep. See, multiple cases, multiple interpretations. That's why marami bumabagsak sa logic. Okay, and pagdating sa USTET, actually, di ba, we have mental ability, the common na, mental ability, math, science, and then languages. Maraming ang tataas ng score sa mental ability, it's either pass or fail. Doon lang sila nag-fail. Kasi mukhang madali lang siya, pero ganun ka-critical. One single word changes everything. One single case, different interpretations. You can see, you understand? Okay, now, to answer this one, the correct answer here is, which of the following is true? This is an example of area syllogisms. If all jeepneys must be phased out, ito lang siya. Itong case na, ito. Diba? Lahat ng jeepneys is phased out. Ito lang siya. Some jeepneys must be phased out. So technically, it's this, and this, and this. Kasi may at least one eh. Tuturo ka rin, anong definition ng some? It's not simply merong iba, it's at least one. Tuturo natin yung mamaya. Then if only jeepneys, ito lang yung only jeepneys. Nasa yung jeepneys lang yung ma-phase out. Edi ito siya, yung case na to. Okay? Now, for something to hold true, usually wala siyang cases. Siya lang yung exact case na meron siya. So if multiple cases, all cases must be true. But for this, as you can see, all some and only walang may tama sa kanila. Kasi they are just a fraction of all the possible cases. Okay? So for this, the correct answer here is letter D. None of the above. So the only ones who got the correct answer are, let's see. Nawala. Nag-restart na pala. I think sila Juni and such, but marami pa rin nag-ABC. Okay? Any question? This is just an introduction kung bakit natin need mag-drawing, bakit natin need alamin yung rules, and bakit common sense is bullshit in logic. It's just 25%. Okay, ito yung rule natin na, okay? Our rule here is 75% rules, logic rules, plus 25% common sense. Ma-improve and ma-develop niyo yung common sense if mastered nyo na yung rules. Pero if gagamitin nyo lang actual common sense levels niyo right now, sinasabi ko sa inyo, nahihirapan kayo sa logical reasoning. Okay? Ngayon, if wala ng questions, please type Rexter and let's proceed to the actual topic. Please type Rexter and let's proceed to the actual topic. Okay, so let's start. So logical reasoning. So sa logical reasoning, we can vaguely divide it into two main parts. First is, if you divide logical reasoning, we can divide it into inductive reasoning and deductive reasoning. Probably, palagi na natin siyang naririnig. Okay, pero now, let's just formally define them and ano yung direction niya pagdating sa logic. Okay, so for the induction or inductive reasoning, based from the book, The Art of Logical Thinking ni Atkinson noong 1909, induction is the process by which we conclude that what is true of certain individuals of a class is true of the whole class, or that what is true at certain times will be true in similar circumstances at all times. So, pag induction, actually, mukha siyang in, di ba? Papasok daw siya. Pero actually, it's no. Okay? When we say induction, anong sabi ni Atkinson? What is true of certain individuals? Ibig sabihin, from certain individuals in a population, yung certain individual, kunyari, ito yung mga students ng Hulagpos, kailangan mo mag-form ng general truth. Okay? So, from those certain individuals, ano yung general truth? So, yung induction. So, pataas siya. From a specificity, pataas. Ano yung general truth? Okay? So, from here, we can summarize it into two main sentences. So we can say an inductive reasoning is reasoning from specific observations, the small specific observations, to a general conclusion. Okay? Mamaya ko na-discuss second sentence. Now, for deductive reasoning, it is the actual opposite. If inductive is pataas, deductive naman is pababa. Okay? Ano namang sabi ni Atkinson dito sa deductive reasoning? So sa deductive reasoning is essentially an analytic process because it operates in the direction of analyzing a universal truth. Kung sa inductive, siya yung goal dito, siya yung start. Start tayo sa universal truth and i-breakdown natin siya sa particulars natin. Okay? And to the particulars which are included within it and asserting them that what is true of the general is true of the particular. So again, it's the entirely opposite direction. When we say deductive, ano yung general truth? Okay? For example, we'll let the most, the best example here is all men are mortal. That's a general truth. Diba? Lahat tayo is namamatay. And then, boom, to specificity. Okay, sinong mga tao dito? Diba? Ano yung pwede natin mo-conclude? So, if I say na this is Rexter, okay, another premise is Rexter, diba? About sa specific individual. Okay? Rexter is a man. Okay, and then therefore, Dexter is mortal. Okay, that is deductive reasoning. From general truths to a specific member of population or a specific premise, ano yung pwede mong makonclude? It's all about finding this conclusion. Okay? In examinations, sometimes they are the ones giving the conclusion itself. It's up to you to judge if it is valid, invalid, true, false, uncertain, probably true, definitely true, sometimes false, etc., etc., etc. It's all about this. In examinations, this is probably 30% or less than one. Deductive is siya yung pinakamadami, 70% or more. Kasi about syllogisms, actual deductive reasoning, ang dami niyang possibility. Kasi ito, it's just forming a conclusion eh. And isa pa, when we're forming a conclusion, this is just probable, not guaranteed. Ano ibig sabihin nun? For example, our premise, when I say premise, it's just a statement, okay? Statement that tries to support or justify a conclusion. So if we can read this one, okay, premise. I have seen 50 cats that have tails. Anong conclusion ko dyan? Therefore, all cats have tails. Pero we know na this is a general truth, pero there are a lot of exemptions. Okay, maraming cats na nasa gasaan or may actual birth defect na hindi naman sila cats na may tails. Okay, so general truth, it is probable, pero not guaranteed. Yun yung induction, yun yung inductive reasoning. Sa deductive, we must be sure. Okay? Kung pag sinabi natin true, that is 100% true. Kaya tayo may different words na probably true, most probably true, sometimes true. Kasi they are different eh. They are entirely different from this. Okay? But the main difference nga, inductive reasoning is pataas, from specificity to general truth, while deductive reasoning is bababa. From general truth to specific ones. Any questions? Wala ng questions? Please hearts. Let's proceed to the next one. So now we will be digging deep into deductive reasoning. Okay, I already discussed how to define assumptions versus conclusions. Probably I will teach it again into this batch para sa mga late na magka-class. Okay, sinabi ko kanina, it's all about forming conclusions. But technically, in actual situations, first we have assumptions. Okay, and then after assumptions, we have the premises. Premises are just simply the sentences before the conclusion. It tries to justify or confuse us kung ano ba yung meron sa conclusion. Okay, and then finally, the conclusion. So, pag conclusion, dito tayo mag-focus. Okay? Pero before that, we have the assumptions. Assumptions are the needed truth. Ina-assume natin na truth para maging totoo din yung premise. Because if the premise aren't true, conclusions cannot be true and valid. Okay? We will be reserving this for a later topic or you can watch it from the recordings. Pero for now, dito tayo sa conclusion. Tapos na tayo sa stage na to eh. Okay? So pagdating dito, sa premises, we always assume na it is true. Okay? We will assume that the premises are true. So if the premises are true, ano yung valid na conclusion? Ano yung invalid na conclusion? Ano yung nagpo-follow sa premises? So yung goal natin sa deductive reasoning. Okay? Any questions for this one? So for this one, again, we want to find the conclusions, which are the valid, which are the invalid, true, false, sometimes true, etc., etc., etc. Okay, let's start. So this is not in YouTube or in books, but I would like to categorize finding the conclusion in deductive reasoning into two separate areas. First is what we call the point syllogisms, and the second is area syllogisms. So not all deductive reasoning problems involve syllogisms, but most of them involve this, using the word all, only, some, and none. They're what we call syllogisms. Okay? So point syllogisms and area syllogisms. Point refers to a single object, a single predicate, charot lang. Sorry, take two. A single object, a single subject. Okay? Now we are evaluating the truthfulness of the predicates that it is being involved with. Area is an entire population. Okay? Let me give you an example. So for this one, an example of a point syllogism is this. The most basic problem. Okay? When we say, all humans are mortal, Ellie is mortal, therefore Ellie is a human. Evaluate if it's true, false, or uncertain. Sige nga, what is your answer here? True, false, or uncertain? Okay? That is point syllogism. So we're talking about Ellie itself lang. And then to justify, let's compare it with area syllogisms. Area syllogisms is yung sinagatan natin kanina. This one. Okay? Because we're talking about not just Ellie, but the entire population of jeepneys. All of them, some of them are only jeepneys when you face out. Okay, this is the difference between them. Ngayon, mas madali yung point syllogisms at some point and mas common naman, kasi mas mahirap nga, mas common naman labas yung area syllogisms. However, if we cannot master how to assess the truth value sa point syllogisms, we cannot proceed sa area syllogisms. Kaya for this class, we will start with point syllogisms. Okay, syllogism is defined. Okay, sige, let's use the internet kasi medyo malalim yung definition sa book na ni Atkinson. So, based sa internet, so yeah, may nag-comment kayo na it's really philosophy because for context, syllogisms, this specific logical reasoning is wala sila masyadong good or complete theory sa YouTube. Mayroong papitik-pitik lang, like naka-record pala ako. There are papitik-pitik lang, pero walang full discussions. Okay, some doesn't even discuss the word only. Some hindi nagdi-discuss ng word na some kasi mahirap siyang ituro. Okay, the validity and the validity of the conclusions is very difficult to teach. Kaya I based on Atkinson kasi yung all philosophical books is they're not good for the visual persons. Like they are really long readings pero describe din nila doon objectively ano ba yung bawal, ano yung hindi bawal, ano yung pwede, ano yung hindi pwede. Kaya lahat ng tuturo ko dito is based on those philosophical books. So if you have questions or clarifications kasi especially sa word na only, kung paano ko siya tuturo dito is different kung pa rin siya makikita sa YouTube. Let's be specific. Iba yung turo ni Laika sa only. She's equating two different subjects and predicates in a single set, which is pretty dumb for me. It should not be like that. So kung paano ko siya tuturo dito, based kung paano ko siya nintindi and ano yung sinasabi sa philosophical books, but I'm open to other interpretations. Pwede natin siyang pagtulungan. Okay? Maybe sa nung nasa YouTube is pinasimple na siya. Like yung kay Laika, probably alam niya na hindi siya ganun, pero para mas madaling maintindihan, is pinasimple niya na same set sila. Pero technically, it is logically invalid. She discussed it for CSE, mas matatandang people, but you're high school people. So I guess, yun naman need pasimplihin yung buhay niyo like that. You need the actual truth. So, paano dinadrawing yung mga words here? Na ano ba yung words natin dito? We only have all, only, some, and no. Siya lang naman yung four major words here. Didis natin siya isa-isa, cases for each, and medyo mabilis na facing kasi nga we only have 2 to 3 sessions for logical reasoning. Kaya kapit lang, and if you have other interpretations, just let me know. Open tayo sa discussions. Okay? Any questions? So yeah, based from the internet, para sa isang medyo magaan-gaan na definition, syllogism is defined as an instance of an instance of a form of reasoning in which a conclusion is drawn from two given or assumed propositions or premises, each of which shares a term with the conclusion. Stop na tayo dyan. Ayan na lang yung basahin niya. Okay, it's just forming conclusions based on premises. That's simply syllogism. And now let's start discussing these four different words. Let's start with all. Okay, how do we draw true? How do we draw all? How do we justify any valid, invalid, true, and false? The conclusions based from this one. Okay, any questions, if wala na, please give me a heart's react. Okay, so let's start with the most easy one. Okay, Ellie. So Ellie, all humans are mortal. Ellie is mortal, therefore Ellie is a human. Okay, the first word in syllogism is all. This is not optional. Okay, you must know how to draw this one. Because if not, mamamali kayo for all syllogistic questions. So how do we draw the word all? So first, all humans are mortal. Ito na yung bakit yung 75% rules and 25% common sense. Kasi you can still use common sense eh. Binabaan lang natin siya kasi nagiging over-assuming na tayo. Okay? But now, let's use common sense in drawing. All humans are mortal. Ibig sabihin, lahat ng humans in this set, they are mortal. Under sila ng mortal. Okay? Hindi siya baliktad na mortal, na humans, yung bigger circle, then mortal yung mas maliit. Okay? Let's interpret kung bakit to mali. And this is tama. Okay? In this step, this is Venn diagrams, and we need this as, if humans ka, nandito ka sa circle na to. 'Di ba? Lahat ng humans is mortal. Walang lumalagpas. Ito yung big circle ng humans eh. Ibig sabihin, merong humans na mortal, kunyari, nandito si Rexter, mga mortal kami. Pero meron din dito. So, ano to? Meron dito si Joni. Okay, so si Joni is human siya, pero hindi siya mortal. 'Di ba? So, if you are in a set, belong ka doon. Okay, if nasa labas ka ng mortal na set, ibig sabihin, hindi ka human ka, pero immortal ka. Ano ka? Diwata. 'Di ba? It doesn't make any sense. Okay? Kaya for this, all humans are mortal. Ito yung boss natin. Kung ano yung nasa dulo, siya yung bigger circle na if we interpret, pag humans ka, mortal ka. Automatic yan. Ano yung mortal? Walang forever. Hindi ka nabubuhay ng panghabang buhay. Okay? But, hindi siya bidirectional na pag mortal ka, humans ka na. No. Marami pang ibang pwedeng maging mortal. Okay? For example, we have animals. Okay? And well, technically humans are also animals, but let's separate them. Humans and then animals. Animals are also mortals. Hindi lang humans. Okay? So humans, under siya nun, pero hindi siya ganito. Okay? Be careful with that. Sometimes this is being called as fallacy of the converse. Okay? So if you're learning about logical reasoning actually from books, they have at least 10 to 30 number of fallacies. Okay, paano madedetermine yung invalid? They actually have formulas for there na if A is B and B is a subset of C but A is not a subset of C, super dami. Okay, so other books or review centers teach all of those formulas. But for me kasi, Logical reasoning is mahalaga siya, yes, pero hindi naman siya kasing dami ng number of items ng kunyari, hindi naman siya kasing number of items ng science and math na kailangan pa magsuulo ng 30 formulas, 30 cases just for it. Okay, so I will teach logical reasoning via drawing. Okay, instead of you memorizing 30 different formulas, just use one single method with certain rules na kaya namang i-gets ng common sense para kahit anong type ng problem is madali mo na siyang masasagot. Wala ka nang need kailangan pang mahabang sa uluhin, especially we're in the middle of a school year, so drawing yung method natin. Tapos i-double check naman natin siya in terms of the actual rules, like dito, fallacy of the converse, ano ba yung definition niya, tuturo ko muna yung drawing. Okay? Para hindi na kami kasaulo. But more of, yun siya converse kasi hindi naman pwedeng, pag ito yung set, papasok din siya dito pabalik. O, diba? Wala siyang sense. These are multiple labels na kayang-kaya silang i-simplify. By learning how to draw, you do not need to memorize yung ganun kadaming rules. Okay? Is that clear for everyone? We're teaching the method, single method on how to answer all of syllogisms. And we can double check it with these multiple labels and formulas, but I will not recommend memorizing those kasi drawing lang kaya naman yan. Any questions? Okay? So now, ganito natin siya drawing. Okay, all humans are mortal. Boss yung mortal. Let's bring this down and draw it again. So all humans are mortal. Via common sense, lahat ng humans dito, they are all mortals. Under sila ng mortals. Big boss natin si mortals. Pag human ka, automatic mortal ka. Pero hindi porkat mortal ka, human ka na agad. Okay? And for this lesson, actually, we'll also be defining kung ano yung valid and invalid. Okay? Kasi sinasabi ko ngayon, maraming pang ibang pwedeng maging mortal, like animals, plants, etc., etc. Pero technically, they cannot be deemed a valid conclusion because they are not in the premises. Kung ano yung gray area ng pwede natin i-consider for checking conclusion and ano yung dark area na invalid na talaga sila. It's a bit difficult thing to discuss. Kaya I hope if may di kayo naiintindihan, tanong nyo agad kasi subjective talaga siya pagdating natin sa part na yan. Okay? Now, let's answer this. Ellie is a mortal. This is point syllogism because we're just talking about Ellie. Okay? So, if Ellie is mortal, nasan yung mortal? Nandito siya. Okay? So, pwede siyang nandito. Di ba? Pwede rin siyang nandito. Each circle represents a different case. This is case 1 kasi pwede siyang mortal na hindi tao. Pwede siyang baka halaman si Ellie, pinangalanan ko lang. Di ba? Pero case 2, pwede rin siyang mortal na tao. Okay? Well, tao naman talaga siya. Now, Ellie is a human. Okay? Diba? This is a lot of drawings and shit. And paano ba na natin malalaman yung truth values? I will categorize this in just 2 steps. Okay? So, first step is simply arrow papasok. We're talking about all only. It's just arrow papasok. Anong meaning ko dyan? Nasaan si mortal? Start ka dun sa biggest case. Ellie is mortal. Ito si mortal, di ba? So, start ka dito. Ellie. Outermost case. Then, papasok. Lahat ng circles, papasok. Lagyan mo din ng case. So, now we have 2 cases. Case 1, just simply mortal pero not human. Case 2, mortal and human. Okay, that's simply arrow papasok. It accounts for all possible cases. Hindi mo na need magsaulo ng fallacy of the converse, fallacy of the subset, etc., etc. Yung mga iba pang homesims, dami nun eh. It's just arrow papasok. Account for all cases. And then second rule for point syllogisms is fractions. So may mga naturunan ko nito last time, pero ang magiging iba dito, right now, I did not teach before kung paano yung invalid na conclusion. So right now, sasamahan ko na siya how to deem valid conclusions using these 2 steps, and then paano ba yung invalid. Okay? So please listen carefully. So fractions, okay, paano ba yung fractions natin? Pag fractions, when we say true, it needs to be full, 2 over 2. When we say sometimes true, it needs to be, kunyari, one half. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Okay? Isa sa mga cases is human siya, isa is hindi. If false naman, it needs to be 0/2. Okay, pero mamaya makikita nyo na pwede nga maging false to sometimes. Pero wag muna natin siya isipin. Right now, let's stick with true is 2/2. Sometimes true is 1/2. False is 0/2. If iba siyang fraction, kunyari over 5, 5/5 is true, 0/5 is false. 2, 3, and 4/5, lahat ang nasa middle is sometimes true. Any questions? Okay? So now, let's analyze. Ellie is a human. Ano yung human? Fractions. Okay? Ang numerator niyan is correct cases over total number of cases. Ilan yung case na Ellie is a human? Ito lang, di ba? So, 1. Ilan yung total number of cases? 2. 1/2. So, is it true, false, or uncertain? The answer is uncertain. Because hindi siya false. Kasi pwede naman siya maging tao eh. Kaso hindi rin siya true. Kasi pwede rin siyang maging halaman. Diba? So it is uncertain. We cannot properly define kung ano ba si Ellie. We just know na mortal siya. Any questions? So if wala na, please type Ellie. And now let's use this in a more confusing problem na mapapa. What the hell? Ito yung problem natin kanina about eagles and birds. Let's use the same thought process kung bakit what the hell is happening. Diba? All birds have wings, eagle have wings, therefore eagles are birds. By common sense, true. What the hell? Nag-iisipan pa ba yan? Diba? Eagles are definitely birds. Tama? Dito na natin ma-justify yung difference ng formal logic, real life logic. Ito yung usual ginagamit ng iba eh. Na logical reasoning, gagamit ko na lang aking magical common sense. Versus formal logic. In exams, we use formal logic. We never use fully real-life logic. This is what we use in examinations. Kaya marami bumabagsak sa mental abilities, they are trying to use what is happening in real life. Which is bull. Okay, let's answer this. All birds have wings. So, kakadiscuss lang natin, all birds have wings. Boss wings. There's a bigger circle is wings, smaller circle is birds. Interpretation natin, again, pag birds ka, automatic may pakpak ka. May wings ka. Pero forget ba may wings ka? Birds ka na? No. Pwede kang maging butterfly. Right? Or pwede kang maging manananggal. No, yung pwede. Pero again, just for this case, I accept natin sila. Mamaya ako tuturo paano valid and invalid conclusions. Pero right now, pag birds ka, may wings ka. Pero hindi forget may wings ka, birds ka na. Kasi pwede kang maging manananggal. Okay? Now, eagles have wings. All we know is, under ng wings, merong eagles. So, nasan siya banda? Nandito ba siya? Nandito ba siya? Nandito ba siya? Technically, hindi na ito pwede. Kasi eagles is a single ship. Pero hindi nga natin siya alam. Yun yung i-justify natin. So, for now, lagyan natin siya dito and dito. Sa location lang muna. Okay? So, location 1 is nandito. Location 2, nandito siya. Okay, pwede siyang maging wings lang, pwede siya birds, pwede siya maging birds and wings. In real life, may sense ba? Eagles na hindi birds, di ba? Wala. Pero katulad ng sinabi ko kanina, in order for the conclusion to be true, conclusion must follow the premises. Okay? It doesn't say na it must follow real life. It says must follow the premises. Anong meaning na to? Kung ano lang yung sinabi sa premises, yun lang i-accept natin. Okay? That is the limitation ng formal logic. Common sense is just a guide on how to draw, then how to assume existence. But in evaluating the truthfulness, ito siya. You must follow the premises. Now, with the premises only says na eagles have wings, We don't care even if we're in real life, eagles are birds. Pero sinabi, eagles have wings. Diba? So now, let's evaluate. Eagles are birds. Ilan lang siya? Fraction. Diba? One. And then, ilan yung total cases? Two. One half. See, by our first rule na arrow papasok, na-determine natin yung all possible cases. Nang wala pa intersections. Kasi this is just point syllogisms. The number two, via fractions, we determined that this is one half. So, the correct answer, eagles are birds uncertain. Diba? Maraming, napaka-easy na question. Pero maraming nagkakamali agad. It's because they're assuming na in real life, ito na yun. No. This is formal logic. This is examinations. Real life is not as powerful as you think it is. Any question? So I'd like to use our first magical phrase, okay? In determining the truth values, ito siya. I always say it simply needs to follow the premises. Pero it's somehow hard to imagine. So now let's try to use this one. Okay? This one, in forming conclusions in logic questions, assume that they exist and the premises are true. Two words. Assume na nag-exist yung birds, nag-exist yung eagles, and nag-exist yung all other possible cases. And the premises are true. Na lahat ng birds ay may pakpak. Mahalaga to ah. Kung ano yung sinabi ng premise, totoo yan. Kahit sabihin na, all birds can swim. Okay? Even if yun yung sinabi sa premises, you will not and cannot judge the premise. If totoo ba siya or hindi. Assume that the premises are true. Okay? Ano lang yung hindi? But never assume anything else beyond the premises. Okay? Assume that they exist and the premises are true. Yun siya. But never ever assume anything else beyond the premises. Kaya dito, we cannot assume that eagles are birds because they are not in the premise. Assurance is the key. Any questions? None questions? Give me a heart to act and let's answer a slightly harder problem. Please take a screenshot of this one because ulit-ulit natin siya gagamitin. Send ko rin pala sa GC para bilis yung balikan. Again, 2 conclusion, pwede ko siyang ilagay dito. Then, the conclusion must follow the premise. The premise, which is accepted to be true. Alright? Assume that they exist and the premises are true, but never assume anything else beyond the premises. Nasend din sa GC sa reminder.
Oh my gosh.
So let's answer some more questions about all. So let's start. Mabilisan lang guys for 30 seconds. Ay hindi, sige. First question pala to. So we're gonna give you a full minute. Excuse me. Full minute for this problem. So, just to repeat, this is not on YouTube, on books, even the phrase na lagay kanina, this is my own phrase. So, if you have other interpretations, other techniques na you want to just throw here and pa-judge, sure, tama ba ito? If gagamitin ko, just go ahead. We're always open to discussions because this is a really hard topic. There are no straight sources kung paano determine yung ways to do and answer them. Okay, so let's answer this one. I'm going to give you a full minute. Hanggang 9:32. All quizzers are good at science. All people who are good at science are smart. Rolik is good at science. Which is true? A, B, or C? Go. So we have B, B, B. All of you answered B. So let's see. So for this, let's draw. Okay? Drawing is important, especially for the beginners. Huwag kayong magmagaling na kaya ko nang imagine na lang. Diyan bumabagsak karamihan. Gan, konti lang items dito. So bawat error is ang laki ng damage sa percentage. Okay? So all quizzers are good at science. So we have this one as the boss. Good at science. Or let's just stick to science. Boss natin si science. Okay? So you have the smallest circle, which is quizzers. Okay? Then meron tayong bigger boss na science. Alright? And then, all people who are good at science are smart. So meron pang isa pang boss, pwede yun. Okay? Kasi we're just talking about the connections eh. So lahat ng science is under lang ni bigger circle na smart. So we have big circle pa nandito na smart. Okay? Now, Rolex is good at science, which is true. Okay? Now, let's try to interpret this muna. Ano ba yung mga possible valid conclusions here and ano yung hindi? Okay, now let's do the quick drill. So, kayo type, ilan sa tingin nyo yung, for a single classroom, ilan yung students in a single classroom? Give you a number. Ilan yung students natin in a single classroom? Go, 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 go. Grabe naman. Private school yan, 20. So, yeah, let's use it. Alessandra, 45. Okay, if there are 45 people in a classroom, ilan sa tingin nyo yung smart? Okay? So, dito sa 45, ilan lang siguro yung matalino? Not just matalino sa subjects, magaling smart, music smart, street smart, science smart, logic smart. Ilan sa tingin nyo yung smart? Ilan yung matalino out of 45 na nandito? Okay? Grabe naman number yan. Sige, I like this. 31. Okay? Very random. 31 lang yung smart. Okay? So, in actual universal set, there's actually a bigger rectangle here. Okay? Tsaga tayo dito sa drawing. Okay? Ito siya. If 31 yung smart, ibig sabihin, meron tayo nandito na 14 na bobo. Okay? So, there are 14 people na bobo. Let's be straight na. Okay? And then yung 31 na smart, divided pa siya dito. Okay, so out of this 31 people na smart, ilan sa tingin niyo yung magaling sa science? Give me a number. Ilan yung magaling sa science out of 31 people na smart? Okay, oh, dalawang 15. Okay, so meron tayong 15 na smart na magaling pa sa science. Okay, so it's realistic. Okay, so if meron tayong 15 na magaling sa science, ibig sabihin meron tayong 16 people na smart sila pero hindi sila magaling sa science. Okay, probably magaling sila sa math, magaling sila sa music, or simply street smart. Okay, that is how we interpret in real life sets. Pag nasa set ka ng smart dito ka sa outer circle na to, ibig sabihin, belong ka sa smart pero not science. Okay? We will be teaching you set theory, pero for now, the 16 is equal to smart connecting to not science. Okay? So, this is like, hala, dami yung pagsasabi ni sir, pero ito lang siya. Imagine the locations. Location yung mahalaga dito. Para hindi tayo magsunod super daming rules, just imagine the location. Okay, 16 yung smart, pero hindi magaling sa science. Okay, now, if 15 yung magaling sa science, if we're doing a quiz B, okay, for example, PBO, Philippine Biology Olympiad, or Biosciences, let's take Biosciences, ilan lang yung panlaban. Tatlo lang yung quizzer. Okay, there are very limited. Yung top 3 na pinakamagaling sa science, sila lang yung kasama dito. Okay? Sabihin, merong 12 na nandito. 12 na magaling sa science pero hindi sila quizzer. Tatlo lang yung quizzer natin. Okay? Valid conclusion sa atin dito. If quizzer ka, magaling ka ba sa science? Yes or no? Mabilisan. Yes or no? Unmute nga tayo, mabilisan lang. If quizzer ka, magaling ka ba sa science? Yes or no? Unmute guys. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes po.
Yes.
If quizzer ka, smart ka ba? Yes or no?
Yes.
Quizzer ka?
Yes.
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 Okay?
Yes.
Yun yung sets natin. If you are a quizzer, If under ka ng bigger set ng science, ibig sabihin, magaling ka din sa science. Okay, ito na. Nirelate ko siya in real life para you know how to read sets. If quizzer ka, under ka nitong bigger circle na smart, automatic smart ka din. Okay? Remember, in real life, if quizzer ako, smart ako. Yes, ito yung 25% ng common sense. Okay? We use common sense in drawing and interpretation. But in forming the valid conclusions, we use the 75% na rules. We do not drop common sense kasi nagigets naman natin siya. Okay? Now, unmute ulit ha. Unmute. If magaling ka sa science, quizzer ka ba? Yes or no? Unmute. Yes or no? Magaling.
Maybe.
Uncertain. Very good. If magaling ka sa science, uncertain. Kasi pwedeng quizzer ka. If kasama ka sa top 3, mas pwede rin hindi. Kasi, pato lang yung panlaban eh. Okay? Pero if quizzer ka, pero if magaling ka sa science, smart ka ba? Yes, no, or uncertain?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Diba? So if you're under a bigger boss, assured. If you're not under a bigger boss, if you're referring to something na nasa loob, uncertain. As easy as that. That is how we interpret. Okay? Now, let's put that interpretation into mathematics. Let's now judge this question. Rolling is good at science. Ano yung first rule natin? Ano yung first rule, guys? Arrow. Ano yung kasunod? Arrow, papasok. It's not arrow pa left, arrow pa right, it's arrow papasok. Rolling is good at science. Stick tayo dito. R. Ano yung papasok? Push. So, R again dito. Badiretso pa ba ako dito? Hindi na. Palabas na yun eh. Papasok, meaning pupunta sa sa innermost circle. So, you have two cases of Rolik. Okay, which is true? Now, let's judge them. Rolik is a quizzer. Ilan yung true? Diba? Number 2 is fractions. Fractions is just ilan yung true cases, ilan yung total cases. Okay, Rolik is a quizzer. Ilan yung quizzer na Rolik? Isa lang oh. 1/2. Okay? Rolik is smart. Ilan yung fraction ng smart? Kaya type, ilan yung fraction ng smart? Eh, ito yung smart to. So, wala. 0. Ilan yung fraction ng smart? Ilan yung fraction ng smart, guys? 0/2? So, yeah. It's 3/3 or 2/2. Pasok siya. Kasi under niya yun eh. Even if walang smart lang, this inner circles, under sila ng smart. Okay, so 2/2 siya. That's how we interpret. Okay? And then lastly, Rolling is a quizzer and smart. Ito nga, false na to eh. False or sometimes true. So, mali na agad to. Diba? So, the correct answer here is simply smart. That's how we answer it objectively. Any questions? So, if mamasa nyo itong math, mamasa nyo rin pag-imagine. Because we do mental computations if we know kung paano talaga siya pinaprocess objectively. So, I'm just teaching you the basics. Tapos, it's up to you paano kayo mag-level up. Pero ako, personally, dinodrawing ko siya para assured. Okay? Any questions for this one? Okay, wala. Let's move to the next question. This will be the last time na I'm giving you enough time to draw. Kasi first time yung magdodrawing eh. For the next few questions, it's just 15 seconds, yes or no. Tapos ako na mismo yung magsosolve ng mabilisan. Okay? So, answer this next question. After what you've learned, kanina less than 10 yung nasagot eh. I hope, or magtatawag ako, kung sino hindi mag-type ng sagot, sila yung tatawagin ko. Ano yung sagot nila? Okay? So, answer this for 2 minutes. And magtatawag ako. Kung sino yung walang sagot, yun ang tatawagin ko. Hanggang 9:44 p.m. Tapos, send your drawings to the main GC. Just for this one, this is the last time na I'm gonna let you draw. And I'm gonna call some people. Hindi nasagot. Okay, sa mga nakapag-drawing, please send your drawing sa GC. Sa main, send. Last 1 minute. Ang hindi mag-send na tawagin natin. Pinilit. I just need you guys to be active because mahirap mag-rewatch ng di nyo solo lang. Like, syempre if you have questions, di natin masasagot agad, di ba? Talino naman nila Rexter. Ayan, very good. Wow. Okay, so let's answer. All quizzers are good at science. So the smaller circle, smallest actually, tatlo nga pala sila. Quizzers. Okay, good at science. And then all people who are good at science are smart. Ay, para silang S. So science and then smart. Okay? Then Rolik is smart. This is point syllogism. We just need to plot Rolik. The number one, arrow, papasok. Okay? If Rolik is smart, okay, pwede akong smart na nandito. Interpretation, pwede ako smart lang, pero hindi ako magaling sa science. Magaling ako sa math, sa music, street smart, etc., etc., etc. Dito ko na ipapakita kung ano yung invalid and valid conclusions for this outside cases. But for now, let's just accept na dito ako. Meron akong science, magaling ako sa science, pero hindi ako quizzer. Kasi top 4 lang ako. Top 4 lang ako. Or kasama ako sa top 3. Quizzer ako, na magaling sa science and smart. Okay? We don't need to draw the entire universal set. We just need to stick with the circles here. So which is true, Rolly kasi quizzer, this is just this one. Anong case lang siya? Ito lang siya. So 1 over 3. Rolly kasi good at, but calculus to. I'm sorry, this is science. My bad. So Rolly is good at science. This is just 2 over 3. Then Rolly is quizzer and smart. So, kailangan quizzer, 1 over 3. And if and, dapat pare silang true. Kaso smart lang yung true dito eh. Kasi sinabi na nga to actually. Oh. Sabihin, the correct answer here is none of the above. Any questions? Right, so let's pick the phase up a bit kasi naturo ko na yung basics. Nabilisan tayo. Next. Last question about Rolik. So for the first two cases, we use this one. What if dito siya sa middle case? Dito, ginamit natin what if dito siya sa biggest case. So what if nandun na siya sa smallest case, sa innermost circle na case natin? So third case, what if dito siya sa pinakaloob? Answer this in 50 seconds. All quizzers are good at science. All people who are good at science are smart. And Rolik is a quizzer, which is true. All right, so let's draw. All quizzers, science, and then smart. Okay? And then Rolling is a quizzer. Hindi siya pinakaloob. Ano kayo pwede maging conclusion sa kanya? Rolling is good at science. Rolling is smart. Both are true. Galing ba ako sa science kapag quizzer ako? Eh, 0-2, di ba? Wala. But again, we don't need any case here. Kasi this R is under this bigger R. Okay, and then this R again is under this biggest circle. That means this is 1 over 1, 1 over 1, and then tama to. Both are true. As easy as that. Any questions? Okay, so now let's test our brain cells. What if it exists beyond common sense? Dito na papasok yung rules natin. Okay, let's try this problem. What if the common sense doesn't make sense anymore? Paano na? Yan. So in our justification kanina na it's about so for our justification kanina, it's about 75% rules and just 25% common sense. Ito pa isa sa mga most difficult problem. Okay, what if common sense isn't working anymore? If humans are red, what is happening? Diba? Now let's use the same set of rules in answering this. Give me your answer. All humans are red, all red are blue, and all blue are pink. If Enzo is pink, he is a human. True, false, or uncertain? Answers, please. So from titanium, ayaw mo bang gawin titanium phrase yan? Ito yung try. C, 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 and C. So let's answer. So same set of rules. Okay? All humans are red. Boss to. Okay, so if boss yun, you have the smallest circle na humans. Lahat daw ng humans ay red. Okay? So pag red ka, hindi automatic human ka. Pwede ka maging red beetle. But if humans ka, automatic red ka. The next, all red are blue. Boss na naman. Kapag red ka, blue ka. Like, ha, hot dog. Diba? But again, we know the rules. Hindi na tayo mahirapan. Then lastly, if all blue are pink. So blue ka, pink ka. Asul ka, pink ka pa. What is happening? Right? Pink lawan. Okay? If Enzo is pink, nasan si Enzo? If si Enzo is pink lawan, andito siya. Kasi siya yung pink eh. But again, rule number one, arrow, papasok. Okay? So if Enzo is pink, it can just be simply pink. Or pink na blue na red, and pink na blue na red na humans. Right? And kanina, plus na maging smart, smart na quizzer, smart na magaling sa science. Right? If Enzo is pink, he's human. Let's judge human. Ilan yung cases ng human? Just one. So 1 over 4 possible cases. So it is uncertain. Diba? Eh, iba pag nakita sa quiz eh, ha? Hotdog. Pero kayo, ha? Same set of rules. That's why I don't like memorizing different cases and shit, but we just use one single method. Draw, araw papasok, fractions, and analyze. Kahit ano pang case yan, kaya na natin masagot. Okay? Any questions? Okay, hearts react if wala ng questions, and then mabilisan tayo. 20 seconds, answer this next case. And papalapit na tayo. We now know how to determine ano yung valid. Okay, papalapit na tayo. Which are invalid naman? So, paano natin determine invalid cases? So, what's the answer for this? If answer is pink, wait, sila pala yung kanina. My bad. Take two. Last na pala tong case. Last case, tapos punta na tayo sa what can we not conclude? So last case, answer this. Katie is red, which is true. Katie is red, which is true. Ay, mali pa rin pangalan ko. Wait lang, mali ako na kinakopyan. Take two, take two, take two. George. I'm sorry, I'm trying to mix problems kahapon. Invalid lahat ano. So yeah, if George is red, which is true, A, B, C, or D? So let's draw. All humans are red, all red are blue, all blue are pink. So we have humans. All humans are red, all red are blue, and then all blue are pink. Okay, if George is red, doesn't see George, dito siya. And then, arrow papasok, dalawa lang siya na case. Which is true. George is a human, ilan siya? 1/2. Ito lang yun, no? George is blue. Asan siya? 2 over 2. Asan si pink? 2 over 2 rin. And then, our answer is D. George is blue and pink. As easy as that. Any questions? If wala, please type Shana. And let's move to a bigger question. Sir, if you now know how to know sino yung true, paano malaman sino yung false? It's not simply 0 or by 2. It's about cases. Diba? Babalikan natin yung sinabi natin kanina and this problem. So answer this in 45 seconds. All quizzers are good at science. All people who are good at science are smart. Rollick is smart, which is false. Some people are just smart but not good at science, and then some people may be good in math. Drop your answers. So we have A, C, B, B, C. Okay, nag-isip sila. So you need to see your thoughts, guys. Okay? But I know where to ground the discussions or madali na ba sa inyo? Kasi it's technically medyo mahirap. And I'm discussing all lang na word. Okay? Because dito, dinodiscuss ko na paano ba siya sinosolve? Paano yung yes and no and everything? Okay, para pagdating natin sa other words, hindi ko na ulitin to. Diniscuss ko na dito eh. Diba? Bakit ko pa ulitin yung mga naturo ko na dito? Pagdating natin sa other words is, I'm not gonna repeat everything here because it's just how to draw the other words. So let's analyze this one. So for this, so it's just the same drawing kanina. Okay? So all quizzers are good at science, and then all people who are good at science are smart. So we have quizzers, na tayong good at science. Okay, and then lastly, ano yung biggest circle natin? All people who are good at science are smart. Okay, we have the biggest circle na smart. The repetition, we know na, meron tayong smart people na hindi siya magaling sa science. Okay, kunyari magaling siya sa math, magaling siya sa English, street smart, and everything else. But these are just for checking possible cases. Tulad ng sinabi ko kanina, ano nga yung shortcut natin? It's an actual shortcut, but this one, di ba? Sinabi natin kanina na assume that they exist and the premises are true. Sabihin, we are assuming na it exists in real life, na yung mga people na smart, yung mga people na magaling sa science, smart sa science, and then smart sa other subjects. Assume that they are true, assume that they exist. Okay, but never assume anything else beyond the premises. Ibig sabihin, ano lang actually sinasabi sa premise? Nasabi nila na science are smart. Okay? So if I say na people who are good at math are also smart, this is not valid. Okay? If there is a choice na people who are good at math are also smart, it's not valid. In real life, yes. But again, this is formal logic. Okay? Kung ano lang yung sinabi sa premises, which is about science and the smart, doon lang tayo pwede magkaroon ng valid conclusions. Even if we know na there are smart people out here, we just use them for interpretation na pwede akong magaling sa math, pero hindi ako magaling sa science. But I cannot actually validly say na there are people na magaling sa math because they are not in the premises. You get that? Any questions? Okay, so now in answering this, some people are just smart but not good at science. Okay, can we do this as a valid or invalid? Sige nga, let me know your thought. For A, is it valid na may mga people na smart pero hindi magaling sa science? Okay, ito actually papasok yung labels. Okay, we have the word definitely true, or most probably true. Pick. For letter A, ano ang category niyo dito? Is it definitely true? There are people who are smart but not good at science, or it's just most probably true? Okay, if you saw the ASET primers, meron din tayong definitely false, most probably false, or most likely false. Inaiba-iba actually yung word nila. So judge, is it definitely true or just most probably? Okay, DT, MPT. Okay, how about the others? But the correct answer is most probably true. Okay, it is safe to assume na yes, nandyan sila. Pero again, di naman sila sinabi sa premise eh. We know na there exists this path, pero we cannot definitely say anything about them. Okay, it is not fully valid. It is semi-valid, but again, they are beyond the premises. So nothing is 100% sure about them. They may exist, they may not, but we can assume that they exist, but we cannot say anything valid about them. This is the most difficult and subjective part of logical reasoning. Okay, they exist, premises are true, but never assume anything else beyond the premises. So in this one, this is most probably true. Yun siya. Okay, not 100% true. That's not valid. It's most probably true. For letter B, some people may be good in math. Now, this is false. Okay? So dito, sinabi mo lang opposite of science. Ito nag-mention ka specifically, math. There are nothing about math in here. It's just your imagination and it's just your real life. With formal logic, no, okay? There is nothing about math in the premises. Never assume anything else beyond the premises. For it to be valid or true, it must follow the premises. If the premises doesn't mention anything about math, it shouldn't follow, right? So correct answer here is letter B. It is false. Some people may be good in math because we cannot assume anything valid about na nandito. Okay? Now, i-plot natin Rolik is smart, so arrow papasok. Sir, anong case na to? Di ba pwede naman siya maging magaling sa math? Pwede nga siyang maging not magaling sa science pero nothing specific. Okay? Pwede natin siyang i-assume na pwede siya magaling sa math, street smart, and English, pero it's not actually a valid conclusion because it is way beyond the premises. Do you understand me? Okay. Now, any questions? Just for interpretation, I'm writing the math, English, and street smart just for interpretation. Pero, forming valid conclusions, I cannot accept them because they are way beyond the premises. Okay? Assume that they exist and the premises are true, but never assume anything else beyond the premises. The conclusion must follow the premises. Kailangan na itong i-memorize. This is not optional. Okay? Everyone, please unmute. Sabay-sabay nating basahin to. Unmute ha. Mic test nga, unmute. Sabihin nyo nga, hotdog. Unmute. Say hotdog. Hotdog, hotdog. Okay. Sabay, basahin natin to. Assume in 3, 2, 1, go. Assume that the premises never assume anything else beyond the premises. The conclusion must follow the premises. Any questions? All right, that's it. Again, this is not on YouTube or in books. This is my own. If you have any renditions or suggestions for this, feel free. So let's use this to answer one more question. So, last question in checking which is valid, which is not valid. Answer this one. All kids are good at science, all are good at science and are smart, all Rolik is smart. Wow. Which is false. Rolik might be good at other subjects. Rolik is good at English. Both are false. Both are true. Go. And after this, there's the twist. There's this big freaking subjective twist. So F, G, please answer this kasi may twist. Di pa tayo tapos sa problem kanina. May isa tayong i-argue dito. Okay? May isa tayong i-argue dyan. Let's answer this. H, F, G. Sige, 30 more seconds. Ang dami pinigil sagot. Sagot guys, please. Okay, now let's analyze. And eto na. Here's the twist. So, Rolik, let's draw it pala muna. So first, guys, please listen Ito na yung pinakamahirap na part. As in, if you do not get this, hindi ko na alam. Here's the most difficult part. So, all quizzers are good at science. All people who are good at science are smart. Okay? Now, Rolik is smart, which is false. Rolik might be good at other subjects. Okay? First, ipasok mo natin. Araw papasok. Di ba? Rolik might be good at other subjects. So, may case. Okay? Probably, may galing ako sa other subjects. Pero pwede ko ba sabihin na may other subjects and such? Or pwede ko ba ako mag-stick dun sa Rolik na lang? This is the very subjective part. Okay? Again, we cannot assume na there are other subjects. Yun yung isa sa mga problem. Pero pwede nating i-assume na nandito siya. Focus tayo kay Rolik. Pagkatapat natin choices kanina. So dito, Rolik might be good at other subjects. So first, balik natin yung phrase. Where's the magical phrase? Here. Ito na yung gray area na sinasabi ko. Okay? Diba, we're talking about real life logic and formal logic, and there's this rule na do not assume anything beyond the premises. Pero ano yung pwede na common sensically, pwede natin siyang i-assume. Okay, please listen to this. This is very subjective and nagkukumpara pa natin sa question kanina. Kaya, bear with me. Okay, Rolik might be good at other subjects. So, we cannot assume any other subjects here. Okay? Kasi, di natin alam eh. Pero ang question, sir, huwag din tayo mag-assume na may iba pang subject. Kasi science lang yung sinabi. Di ba? So, if you are very, very, very strict formal logic, this is definitely false. Kasi you cannot mention other subjects if the only subject mentioned in the premises are science, is science. Okay? But the gray area here is, if itatapat natin dito, sa choice kanina, choice sa question number 6. Ito yung sa 6 kanina, zoom out ko ng konti. Yan pala. Na siya. Okay? Pangit. Huwag na. Ganito na lang. Nakakalito pala siya. So the question sa 6 kanina was this. So letter A, some people are just smart but not good at science. Dito, Rolik might be good at other subjects. So dito, it's talking about other possible subjects beyond science. Okay? And kanina, sinabi nyo, pwede maging true to. Diba? No? It's talking about other subjects about science. Ngayon ang problem. Okay? Subjects. Ito, it talks about Rolik itself. Rolik is existing. So it talks about some people are just, so it's talking about something beyond Rolik. Okay, so if you draw this again, ibang sagot nyo kanina, bilang yung false, kasi pwedeng maging definitely true daw, yung A. But if you draw this, we have quiz, we have science, we have smart, and we have Rolik. We are assured that there is Rolik. A is actually talking about some people are just smart but not good at science. So we're talking about the existence of other people. So there are other people besides Rolik. Isn't that way beyond the premises? But assume way beyond. Eto, Rolik is existing. This is just the single na inassume natin way beyond. This is objective part. But so technically, strictly formal logic, they are both false. Gets ba? Kaya the actual answer here actually both are false. Because you're assuming that there are other people existing beyond Rolik, which is not in the premises. And they're also assuming na there are implied other subjects besides science. Technically, the best answer here is both are false. Yeah, sa 6 muna. Any questions kung bakit false din yung A? Any questions? Sige, nga. Okay. Reason, sino naguguluhan? Aba, wala. Ganun ba ako galing mag-explain? Kasi, ayan. Okay, so if naguguluhan, sige. If do you have questions or do you want to just listen and continue? Siya. Sino ba nag-raise? Lian. Okay. Dito, some people, first you're assuming that there are other people besides Rolik. Do not assume anything else beyond the premises. Diba? Ibig sabihin nun, hindi natin ina-assume na walang tao. Ina-assume natin na may tao. Pero, kay Rolik lang tayo pwedeng magbigay ng valid conclusions. We cannot give any valid conclusions to someone else besides Rolik kasi they are not in the premises. Yun yung meaning dito. Okay. Kinakasya, yes, may tao. Kaya nga, assume na they exist. But we cannot conclude anything valid about them kasi they are not in the premises. Okay? Yun yung first problem dito. Dito ngayon, Rolik is here. Okay? So, ito yung gray area. pwede natin siya i-consider na since wala namang specific na sinabi, might be good at other subjects, it's just talking about this realm, the realm outside science. Okay? So if strict formal logic, we're gonna see na both are false. Kasi Rory is good to English, matik na to, mali. Wala namang English dito eh. Okay? Pero at some point, some books are accepting na ito lang yung false. Pwede lang accept as tama. Gray true. Okay? Kasi dito, we're talking about Rolik. Rolik, kasi ito may case naman na Rolik eh. Rolik might be good at other subjects. So it's talking about this case. Rolik, good at other subjects. Kasi nandito siya eh, sa case ng outside ng science. So siya yung gray area. I will accept this as true, yung E. Dito ah. Pero dito, hindi ko ito ma-accept as true. No. Kasi, yes, it's also accept talking about something na outside science, pero at the same time, it's talking about other people. Now, we cannot validly conclude anything about other people. But we can validly conclude something about Rolik kasi nandito siya. Nandito siya. Rolik is here, outside science. So, he might be good at other subjects. So, as long as wala akong sinabing specific subjects, I just use the safe word, other subjects. Pwede ko siyang i-accept as true. Okay? Pero gray area. Some might say na mali, pero for me, true siya. Kasi, I'm talking about Rolik, I'm talking about this area, outside science. Okay? Siya yun. Kung bakit, strict super formal logic, false siya. Pero given considerations and common sense, kaya nga 'di ba, 75% rules and 25% common sense. The best answer here is letter F only. Because E might be considered as true. Gray area, yes, but it's true for me kasi there is a case of Rolik outside science. So I can definitely say something valid about them, about Rolik. Pero dito, I cannot say something valid about some people because they are outside the premises. Okay? Any question? So again, E is true, F is false. Because I safely use the word other subjects. Did not mention any subjects. If sinabi ko Rolik might be good at English, mali na yan. Kasi there is no English in the premises. Eh. Okay? Ngayon, questions. So yes, ang pinaka-best sa akin is stick with F. F is the only one na false here because E might be accepted as true. Questions? Sige, bigyan kayo ng 30 seconds to sink this in. Tapos, proceed tayo sa next one. Konti na lang, guys. So, if it's a different, so, basta ito sinabi ni Boss Cyrus. So, sabi ni Boss Cyrus, so if it's a different subject, some people versus Rolik, based on the premises, if it's false. Wait. Can you unmute? Anong meaning mo dito, Cyrus? So if it's a different subject, sige, resume natin tong part na to. If it's a different subject, it is false. Joke, di ko siya mag-gets. Anong tanong mo dito, Cyrus? Can you unmute? Boss Cyrus. Are you there, Boss Cyrus? Okay naman, yeah, Cyrus, go.
Hi, sir.
Yan, sige, go.
So, like, sa number 6, sir, since the answer is referring to some people, based on the forming of conclusions na hindi mag-assume beyond the premises, we can assume that this is false. Well, in 7 po, sir, since since the choices is talking about the same subject, which is Rolex, we can assume that letter E might be true, sir.
Yeah, same sa mga pwedeng technique. If you want to eliminate, kasi parehas naman silang nagto-talk outside, do hindi ko siya in-eliminate kasi siya yung nag-justify ng gray area dito eh. Pero yun yung first thing. This is talking about some people agad-agad. So we cannot assume anything about some people because we're just talking about Rolex here. So automatic false na agad to. Tapos ginandahan ko lang na not good at science and other subjects is kind of play safe to. Because yun nga, nandito siya, nagre-refer siya sa outside na to. So yeah, tama yan, Cyrus. So while same subjects, eto ba, you're talking about what if we use some people pa rin, tapos same subject, like science? Some people may be good at science. So if we're talking about some people may be good at science outside Rolex, it's still invalid. Okay? Kasi science is just an area, eh. It's a set. Okay? But the actual subject here is not science, but Rolex and the other people. And we cannot conclude anything about the other people because they are not in the premises. Okay? So it's this the subject, some people. So, sige. Let's be a bit technical. So in terms of premises, di ko na siya sinabi kasi medyo nakakapagpalita siya. Pero if we need to be super technical, Rolex is good at science. And then, oh my God, I'm sorry. Rolex is good at science and then some people are good at science. That is so ugly. Wait, may tabs lagging. Some people are good at science. Okay, so parts ng premise, this is called the subject. Rolex and some people are called the subject. Okay, so yung sa point syllogism, siya yung tina-check natin if it's true or not. Okay, is and are is called the copula. This is a fancy term, but siya lang yung connecting between sa subject and yung predicate. Okay, so this one is the area. Good at science is yung area. Diba? We have quizzer. Ay, oh my God. So again, we have quizzer as the smallest circle. Then we have science, magagaling sa science. Then we have smart. Okay? These are the areas or the possible cases. So if we're talking about Rolex, it's valid. But if we're talking about other people na magaling sa science beyond Rolex, we cannot conclude anything about them because as subjects, they are outside the premises. Okay? So that is invalid conclusions. So, pagdating sa invalid conclusions, medyo malabo silang itanong as true, false, or uncertain because technically, they are not valid eh. We are judging true, false, and uncertain dun sa possibly valid conclusions. Yun siya lumalabas sa exams. Okay? Sige, any questions pa about this? So, if wala na, please type tita. Ah, sige, titanium. Go titanium. What's your question? Napindot lang ba, titanium? Yeah, as I said, this is the most difficult part. So, do you have any specific na you want to ask, or maybe you just need to rewatch this after other subjects? So, as much as you cannot assume anything about the subjects, you cannot also assume anything about the predicate. Okay, if the predicates are only saying about science, okay, we know na there are other na nandito. Balikan natin ha. Oops. Diba? Sa E kasi, ito nga, sabi ko naman, this is gray area. Okay? Bakit ko in-accept as tama? This is most probably, this is not definitely true. It's most probably true. Okay? Rolik might be good at other subjects kasi there is a case ng Rolik. Okay? Pero hindi tayo nag-assume. We did not assume anything about dun sa other subjects. We just said na there exist other subjects, but we do not say na baka English siya, baka math siya, baka science siya. Kaya siya naging true. If this is formal, ang problem kasi dito is the word existence. Okay? Very strict philosophers will say na you cannot assume that there are other subjects outside science. Okay? Pero, in examinations, it's not super strict na there are no subjects outside science. There exist okay, other subjects outside science, but you cannot make anything about them. You cannot say that they're English, they're street smart, they are math, but you know na they exist. Yeah, E, Rolik might be good at other subjects. Other subjects is outside science, pero wala naman tayong inassume about them eh. Besides sa existence sila na nandyan sila. Okay, kaya nga dito, tingnan niyo yung sa phrase natin ah. What did they say? Assume that they exist. They exist. And the premises are true. Assume their existence. But never assume anything else beyond the premises. Wala na tayong ibang i-describe. Like this one, dinescribe niya na Rolik was good at English. Dinescribe like English, wala nang English. We're just assuming na this other subject exists, but we don't say anything else about them. Okay? Well, yung kanina, sige dito sa kanina, let's just stick with what Marion said na, ay, Marion tuloy. What Cyrus said na, the main thing na nagpamali sa kanya is yung word na some people. We cannot assume anything about some people because they're not in the problem. So to summarize, just don't assume anything else besides existence. Yun yung pinakamadaling tanda dito sa... Ito yung pinaka-difficult eh. Outside this, di naman ganito kahirap actually. Okay? Kita nyo kanina, before this problem, nakakasagot naman kayo dire-diretso, di ba? But dito, for ambiguous ones, okay, just assume existence. Okay? Assume na nag-exist sila, pero you cannot make anything valid about them. Ito kasi, ina-assume na nag-exist yung other people, sige, assume nyo siya. Pero, dinescribe mo siya eh. Okay? Dito, in-assume mo lang na it exists. Pero wala ka namang dinescribe about him eh. So, para valid siya. Ito, in-assume na it exists, tapos dinescribe mo pa. Kaya siya naging mali. Exists na, dinescribe mo pa. Ito, it's simply, we acknowledge that it exists. And we use this as something na prepare na Rolik might be good at them. Kasi nga, dito naman siya sa area na to eh. This area actually exists. But we do not say anything about this area. Like, maybe it's English, or math, or whatsoever. We just assume na it exists. Ito, some people, it exists, yes, tapos dinescribe pa natin siya. Kaya siya na mali. We cannot describe anything outside the premises. Okay, gets that titanium? Alright, how about the other people? Guess, boss, yun, ayan. Question, yun. Is it valid to assume that Rolik is a person? The premise only says Rolik is smart, but not a smart person. Thus, the possibility remains that Rolik is not associated with the group people. So, ito actually yung ituturo ko sa inyo. Do not assume. Okay? Because if this is not A quiz B. Okay? So it's good to be safe with words that is commonsensically may sense. So, ito yung maganda ko sa multiple choice and yung rules natin na 75% rules and 25% common sense. Kasi if we will be accounting for all, sa lahat ng words actually, you can break this down at quizzers, then good at science. Tapos, we cannot say na, wala naman kasi sinabi na quizzers are people, di ba? Di ba? Wala, never sinabi na quizzers are people. So, ito yung main problem. Na, how can we even sure na nasa same set sila? Di ba? Yun yung question ni Mardion. Question ni Mardion is, Rolik cannot be associated with the group people. Ito na yung over-assuming. Bakit may 25% na nandito? Okay? So, in, in ASET and USTET and UST, limit lang siya na 2 to 3 sentences lang. And if diretsong ganito, you are to assume na even if it is formal logic, okay? Yung meaning ko ng assume na they exist, ibig sabihin, assume na yung existence ng quizzers is existence ng people. Simplified ko ng technique to eh. So, you are to assume na even if di sinabi na quizzers are people, it is safe. Okay? Kaya may 25% common sense dito. We're using formal logic at the sense na do not over-assume beyond the premises. Pero yung common sense naman na i-assume na are quizzers people? Okay? Like this. Hindi naman kasi itatanong sa true or false eh. Dito lang siya sa pagdodraw lang ng set. Solving ng set and cases. In strict formal logic, in quiz probably, yes, this needs to be stated na quizzers are people. But in exams, okay, it's 75% formal logic, 25% common sense. Ganito yung drawing, we just talk about the main subjects, which is the quizzers and then good at science. Okay? And then, people who are good at science straight na kasi siya diba? Kahit alisin to, all who are good at science are smart. You see, it's just an added word. So, nilagay ko siya talaga dito, not by accident, but to say na, if you say all people who are good at science, ito siya. Pero if nagdagdag lang, all people who are good at science, you are not to draw another separate set of circles that will make it super complex. Because this is just an exam. It is not quiz or strict formal logic. You are to assume na, ito is one set lang siya. People who are good at science. One set lang siya na nandito. Okay, Maridian? So to answer, strict formal logic, outside exams, it needs to be stated na quizzers are people or people are quizzers. But in exam mismo, if may added word like this, i-assume mo na siya, nasa same set siya. Kasi ito yung three circles dyan yung areas na kailangan mong i-double check. You don't need to overcheck yung single words like that. If siguro, just rule of thumb, Maridian, if nasa dulo, kaya ito kasi nagiging tatlong subject to eh. Pero if kunyari nasa dulo or super start na separate siya, ano siya? Trick question na you really need to. Pero dito, you can safely assume na wala nang sense na maging trick question yung separate na people. Okay, Mardion, it's common sense na siya. Kung paano siya maging legit bang trick to or just common sense na nasa same set naman sila. Okay, Boss Mardion? Hindi na ako sinagot. Okay, kaya starting from the start, this is my rule. It's not pure common sense because that's bullshit, but it's not pure rules because we still need common sense in processing and drawing. But in assessing the truthfulness, it's all about the rules. Sige, any questions? Napatagal tayo dun ha. Again, 90% of the questions do not even fall about this na medyo ambiguous yung case. Pero there are at least 2 to 3 questions na magiging mahirap siya. So it's all about this. Assuming existence, using common sense, and you're good. Sige. Questions pa? Questions? But again, guys, most talaga is ini-enjoy lang. Like, yung mga questions before the 6 and 7. Di ba? Bilis lang, oh. Fractions lang siya, araw papasok. This is just the most difficult cases. But dinascuss ko siya kasi I believe kakayanin niya siya. But most is 90% it's about araw papasok and fractions. Pero hindi pa rin mawawala talaga to. Okay, do we have any more questions? If wala na, please type Mardion. And I think we can end muna here. Para the next words is only. And I'm actually gonna teach about probabilities. Pero I think we can move that to Saturday na lang. Maka-example natin na Sunday because I'd like to finish muna this and then Saturday class before kayo mag-exam ng ASET. Para dire-diretso na. Tapos, may mga mag-exam na ng USTET this Saturday actually. I'm gonna release a series of YouTube vids about this. Summarize YouTube videos about the mental ability test. Kasi ngayon, inatay ko pa. Naiintindihan niyo ba? What are the questions? Ano sagot niyo? Pero sa YouTube vids is just straight to the point. Ano yung lesson? Ano yung dapat tandaan? And mas mabilis siyang panoorin. Pero matapos ko siya before lunch tomorrow. But yun yung target natin. Okay, so pula na. That's it for tonight. And let's take a class picture. Lahat ng na-stress sa buhay, smile. Woo! Ang hirap, right? Yeah, it's hard. It's actually hard. So, and nakita ko lang mo yun, I read like 100 plus pages of that philo book just to discuss this because that fucking existence is problematic. So, smile. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, goodbye everyone, and I'm gonna release a quiz about this. Just enjoy the 90% actually about all our